Regina.
Welcome to
Daughter Mama Charmarama. We're happy you're joining us today for this episode. I have to count up the episodes that we've made so far since we got started. I'm excited about that. Why is that funny?
We made 87. I
don't know. We made a big deal about episode 10.
We did. That was fun.
Yeah, it was. I think I'm going to count up what we've done. I'm excited about our progress.
Yeah, we're doing great. Good job, Mom.
Good job, Bree.
We'll pat ourselves on the back for that later.
Later is now.
Later is now, period. The future starts now.
Now, Faith.
Exactly. So recently we watched a movie on Amazon Prime called Oh What Fun, starring Michelle Pfeiffer. That's our girl. As far as I'm concerned, Michelle Pfeiffer can do no wrong, okay? So it's about a mother being neglected by her family during Christmas. She literally does everything for them, and they do quite literally nothing. It is gravely unjust, and honestly, within the first 5 minutes, I'm 100% on her side.
I do have to echo the point. We do love Michelle Pfeiffer. We love good actors.
Mm-hmm.
We do love good actors. We love good writing. We love good cinematography. And just as a disclaimer, just because we're reviewing movies and talking about movies we watch, it doesn't mean that we are endorsing these type of movies or approving them for your life. We want you to use discernment and discretion if you want to decide to watch what we watched and what we have reviewed.
So I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I gave it a 9 out of 10. I think I was really generous with that.
Yeah, you were. It's okay. You're nice. You're a charitable queen. We've established that. I gave it a 7. There was a couple of details that didn't quite make sense, which we will get into. Michelle Pfeiffer is a queen. Like I said, I was on her side 100%. Even when she was dead wrong. And she was dead wrong a couple of times. She's literally amazing. And again, the whole family just sucks.
I rated it as high as I did because of the storyline. It was a great storyline. Otherwise, if it didn't include any Christmas activities or whatever, it wouldn't have been a great movie from that basic storyline. It's like the fact that it was Christmas that just took it over the top for me. And it was relatable. The human experience, the dynamics regarding family, dysfunction regarding family, the whole framework of what it is to be a mom and what that looks like in a family. And then, Michelle Pfeiffer nailed the role. The casting was done well, I have to say that.
Yeah.
Casting was done well. Some of the characters just really fit within the storyline seamlessly, and some characters were a surprise. Like her neighbor Jeannie had a beautiful family, and surprisingly enough, they could sing really well. I mean, runs and riffs and harmonize, and I was like, okay, almost take us to church.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was great.
It's a nice touch.
The cinematography was okay. Turn on the lights. It was dark for quite a few scenes where it didn't necessarily have to be. Okay, in the parking lot at midnight, sure, I can understand that being dark, but we're in the middle of the house and there are lights everywhere. There's 12 lamps in one shot and I can't see nothing. Fix that. So let's talk about the kids.
Oh gosh.
Sammy was all right, but Maybelle, which is a cow's name, and I couldn't take her seriously because of that, and I'm sorry. She was right to ditch him. He's unemployed for 9 months out of the year. He doesn't have any really direction in life. And Channing was right when she was like, Mom kind of babies you, and you don't really do anything. Hello? And his only job was when he worked at a summer camp. And when she literally approached the conversation, he was just like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. You're breaking up with me. I can't live without you. And she's like, you're on my couch, dude. Get up, get out. Like, do something with your life.
I don't know. It wasn't really clear to me whether or not that was her apartment or his. I just thought it was his because it was such a mess. But the fact that he only worked 3 months out of the year with a college degree was just...
Did he even have a college degree?
It didn't
make any sense. We know he rode a bike
everywhere.
everywhere.
Well, no, he did have a college degree because his older sister complained that he should go to grad school and open up a savings account. So that let me know he at least had earned a bachelor's degree. So I just felt like he was underachieving. But the movie was specific and just spot on regarding birth order. Sammy, who we're ranting about, was the youngest.
No, he was the middle.
No, he was the youngest.
He was the youngest, yeah.
The youngest, the baby boy. And so there's 2 sisters and a brother. So there's the oldest sister, the typical eldest, Channing. She's a writer and an author, and so overachiever. And then there's the middle child who's just like fly by the seat of her pants off of a cliff, will you? And then the baby just don't care, reckless, just kind of smoozing his way through life.
Shade. That's shade.
None at all.
Whatever.
But yeah, that Maybelle thing was really weird, that his girlfriend. Like, imagine trying to have a girlfriend and you literally work 3 months out of 12.
3 months out of 12.
Grown man, adults. Like, I don't get it.
It's the opposite of a teacher schedule.
Listen.
What are you doing with your life? And he had no direction. He just had no plan. Like, he wasn't doing anything. And he complains to his mom about it. And she's stuffing a gigantic cinnamon roll in her face. and she's all encouraging, and she's like, well, it's okay, it's her loss.
Bombastic side eye.
I'm on Maybelle's side, because if I were her friend, I would say, ditch this loser immediately.
I'm not on Maybelle's side because she was cognitively aware when she joined and decided to be in a relationship with a man who only worked 3 months out of the year.
She deserves her lashings as well.
Like, what are you doing?
You victimized yourself. Why did you enter this with him?
Relationships are about consent, and if both of you give consent to nonsense, then you both get what you deserve. Like, I just really feel like he should have wanted more for himself. He came from a nuclear family in the United States of America. Are you kidding me?
Parents.
Two wealthy parents. Yeah.
You know they filmed that in Atlanta?
Oh, did they? I didn't know this. You saw the peach at the end?
I Googled it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Atlanta for the win. Good looking neighborhood. We could have picked it out. It was probably Douglasville or Powder Springs or something, but it was a nice
maybe Alpharetta, because those are really big houses.
Alpharetta. You're right.
The mom, Care Bear Claire, that's what the neighbor, Cardigan Queen Jean, called her, Care Bear Claire. That's so cute and funny. I know it was definitely shade, but that's hilarious.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing that I think of, this kind of crisis, when I see women talking about becoming stay-at-home moms. It makes me very nervous to see a woman planning on letting her family become her entire life. Because when they change and when they inevitably grow and let you down like this, it's like a physical wound. She was so upset for the whole movie. And it's like, when you set your life up to be that all of these people are the only source of your happiness, because she clearly didn't have a job, clearly didn't have any friends, she had one nemesis across the street, like, her family was her job, Christmas was her hobby, and Zazie, the television show, was her only friend. Her life was in that house. And so when they did let her down like that, she had nothing to do. She literally looked around and was like, I'm in this big empty house all by myself. What am I supposed to do with my life? And that's exactly the point. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about when I'm like, hey, maybe have a hobby, maybe have a job, maybe have some friends, maybe do something, you know? Maybe think about how in Christmas with the Cranks, Jamie Lee Curtis's character was clearly a stay-at-home mom, but she did also volunteer, and she had her own circle of friends, which were all neighbors, but she like had her own things to do when he was at work. And I thought that was nice. It's like, Claire, do something, please do something.
Yeah, I did the stay-at-home mom for a while, extended maternity leave or just in transition in terms of employment with my children. And after a while, I just felt like my brain was just melding into itself or something. You're like hungry and thirsty for adult conversation, all the baby gibberish, is a lot. So she had a lot of time from when her youngest actually went through school and was old enough for her to go back to work or find a hobby or build something for herself. Yeah. So my concern for single mothers is that they don't sharpen their skills or learn something new to add to their resume in case they have to return to the workforce because of death or divorce, where it becomes a necessity. I just really feel like you shouldn't lose yourself in motherhood and raising your children. It's a notable thing to do, motherhood, and we love family and mom and dad and all these type of things, whatever your family dynamic is. But again, you still need something for yourself, something to nurture, that you're growing, some area that you're becoming fruitful, that is separate from your children and your husband.
Yeah. Something that's just for you and that's not tied up in the family. Because she went on a bender. Like, the gal nearly lost her mind and drove from wherever the heck they were, in Austin, Texas, I think it was, to Burbank, California. There was like 17 coffee cups in the front seat of her hoopty, and that was a lot. It was a lot. She just drove all the way there, and that's just because she didn't have anywhere else to go. She didn't have anything else to do.
And the fact that she came up on a hoopty is just really weird. So
it
was weird, annoying, but it had its funny parts, strange parts, or whatever. But it was a good watch.
Yeah, solid.
I wouldn't go to the movies to see it. So
I'm glad it was on streaming.
I'm glad it was on streaming. Yeah.
It felt kind of rushed a little bit. Like maybe they decided they were going to make the movie, had the funding, and then did everything in like 6 months or something. Yeah, I guess kind of rushed. Like the pacing was a little bit weird. And the hotel scene where she did end up with the hoopty, so the way she ends up with this hoopty, she goes to this motel because she's been driving all night. She has no idea where, by the way. So for some reason, she got in the car and didn't have a plan, which I guess makes sense. But one of the details I thought didn't make sense was that there were 3 vehicles carrying the family to the show. Why? How did they have another car? Because the car she pulled out of in the driveway, I thought that was the same car that the husband took to the show. Taylor had her car, and then the Channing had her car. So I was like, whose vehicle is this? Because they already took all 3 cars. And then she just gets in the car, she packs her bag, and drives off. Where are you going? She just drove. And then she didn't even decide to go to Burbank until after that car got towed, because she went to a motel on Christmas Eve and it was completely full, which are another things. Are motels usually full at Christmas Eve?
You know the location, I'm thinking.
I guess so. And it was completely full. So she parked in the yellow, the do not park area basically. And the car got towed. While she was in it, mind you. She was in the car and it got towed. And she had to be like, hey, you can't just like take my car. He's like, tough luck. So she buys this crappy old hoopty in the parking lot for $300. And then just decides, you know what? I'm going to go to Burbank. I'm going to go and get on that show. Because that was the thing that she really wanted for Christmas, and her kids never got it for her.
Right, to be on her favorite talk show, which was Zazzy. But
Zazzy.
yeah, she had her own car. It just didn't kind of mesh or link together until we saw them all pulling out.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't quite make sense. Because there was not a car in the garage in one of the earlier scenes where a car should have been in there.
Right.
So I was like, where did this vehicle come from? But
yeah.
Okay, maybe we missed it.
We missed it, but it was an Infiniti, like one of my favorite cars.
The second was huge. I was like,
it was huge.
This SUV.
The Infiniti SUVs are obnoxiously large.
Huge.
Tall or wide or just a combination of both.
Sammy was total loser. I'm gonna keep dunking on him.
You won't let it go.
I'm giving him his lashings. As a youngest child lacking direction, I really feel like he just needed someone to slap him upside the head the way Channing was trying to and go, look, you need to do something with your life. Better yourself. Choose a path or try multiple paths. Like, do something, because the problem was that he didn't do anything, and the mom was babying him, and both sisters were like, yeah, she babies you. It's kind of weird. The rest of us didn't get that.
The only son type of thing, I guess.
Being the only son, and being the youngest was.
And the fact the mom loved to be needed, so he was the neediest of the three, and she wanted her older daughter to need her. When her older daughter proved over and over again that, like, I need you a lot less. But in other ways, she just wanted her to be, you know,
she didn't need her mom to be a mommy.
Right.
She needed her mom to be more of like a support, like how we're friends.
I'm sorry, what? Yeah. Pull back. Play with something safer.
But it was cute that Sammy got with Cardigan Queen Jean's daughter Liz. Apparently they had like this, he had a crush on her for like the longest. Their interactions were nice enough, I guess.
I don't think it was cute at all. He hadn't proved himself or realized or maximized his potential to be in a relationship. Relationships should be way down on the goal list when you haven't achieved or accomplished anything in your life.
Exactly.
I really feel like that was his apartment when he was with his first girlfriend and his parents were helping him pay the rent.
Probably.
Because he only worked 3 months out of the year.
Probably. Maybe he delivered pizzas or something in the meantime, between time or something.
Uber, DoorDash, like, I don't know.
It was kind of unclear. And I think that towards the end where Maybelle tried to get back with him and she was just quoting movie lines. One, that's hilarious. That was very funny. Love that.
Hilarious.
And he didn't get back with her because Liz texted. I said, it's been 6 hours. Why is she just now texting back when she got it immediately? And we saw her pick up the phone, start typing, and then stop. Why did she wait so long to respond?
Why let him know you're available? Why let him know you're interested?
You know, lots of us are suckers for a kicked puppy type of guy. And that's kind of what he is.
That's exactly what he is.
I was like, this is crazy.
I admire her for waiting. I wish she had waited a little longer. Like 6 months or a year.
Period. Maybe she never should have gotten back to him.
Yeah, I didn't really find it cute that they ended up getting together because, again, relationships should have been like way down on his list, if at all.
It was so...
And especially hers, like, she's accomplished. Those Jean's children were like engineers and...
doctors, lawyers.
I mean, yeah, and they could sing.
Astronauts, I love Jean's kids. Their family was really cool. I think it could have been a little bit stronger if we'd maybe been able to see them more and bond more with Jean's family, because they were very much so the perfect family that Claire really wanted to be. They had the nicest decorations, which she did throw shade about to her multiple times over. They had really seemingly perfect kids. There was like 5 of them. Everybody could sing. Everybody was accomplished. Liz was the one that was in business school and law school, I think. They were all doing very well, and they were around the same ages, it seemed like, between early 20s and early 30s.
They basically grew up together as neighbors across the street.
Yeah,
and going to the same school since like the first grade or whatever it is, kindergarten. So
it was implied that Jeannie's family had a little bit more money based on the way they were, and it's probably because Jean worked. She looked like a businesswoman and stuff. One thing I found was weird was her last name, Wang Wasserman, but they're all Asian. Where did Wasserman
The husband was not Asian.
Was he white Jewish?
Caucasian, yeah.
I thought so.
He was Jewish.
I thought so.
That last name seemed Jewish.
Where did that come from? Wang, of course, she's Asian.
So either one of them or both could have inherited trust from their families.
It's giving trust fund babies. It's giving Nepo babies. which honestly I have zero problem with. I wish I was one. It's fine. It's fine.
No,
Idris Elba is not my dad, and that's okay.
Yeah, what can I tell you? He's not my type, like my shirt says. Don't play with me.
Another child who deserves her lashings, Taylor. Channing called her a love addict.
The middle
and
child.
allergic to accountability.
Live wire.
Because I know 2 middle children in my own family.
We're not.
That right there was very funny.
Yeah, don't find yourself in these characters.
No, they said I can't relate to this at all, not in any capacity, and I loved it for that exact reason. It was so nice to see someone else's family be dysfunctional. It was great.
Every family has some level or depth of dysfunction.
Everybody has some kind of problem, and this was theirs.
This was theirs.
Needed to communicate about their problems and about the fact that they seemed to love each other, but didn't really like each other. Like if they weren't siblings, they wouldn't have been friends.
Right.
And I think that's kind of normal. So it wasn't that bad, but Taylor, as much lashings as I would give to Sammy, I would give double to Taylor. She was rude. She was annoying. She was so mean to Doug for no reason. Channing's husband, for no reason. He just wanted to be cool. He's an only child.
Son-in-law. Yeah, Doug's the son-in-law. The oldest daughter's husband.
She was so mean to him because he was boring. There's worse things to be, and he's not that boring.
And that's none of your business. You're not married to him.
You're not married to him.
Be civil. Be kind. I don't know why she just loathed him so much.
So the funny thing about Taylor, the family photo album contains her and all 17 of her past girlfriends from high school, to the fact where Channing was telling her new girlfriend, because she brings a new girl home every single Christmas for the past 10 years. So that's how we're figuring, okay, she's probably in her late 20s at this point. And she brought home this DJ who introduced the girlfriend as DJ Sweatpants. The gal's name was DJ Sweatpants.
I could not get over that.
Yeah. I think her real name was like Donna or Diane or something like that.
Rachel? I don't know.
Who knows? And so Channing is like, they're having a little bonding moment, and she's going through the family photo album, which why are there all of the ex-girlfriends on the family photo album? And Channing was remembering all of their names. It was Hannah, Letisa, Larisha, Keisha, like it was everybody. It was everybody in there. And I was like, I had to explain the concept of U-Haul lesbians to my mother.
Because I'm literally in the dark. I mean, I heard about lesbians, relationships not lasting long, but U-Haul lesbians?
U-Haul lesbians, that's what they call them. I mean, it can be tricky because sometimes, they get together and they'll be moved in and then practically married within 6 months and then break up after a little while. Or they'll get together and be married for 45 years. You never know. It depends. It really does depend. But that right there, Taylor is a U-Haul lesbian. She had known the girl for 3 months and wanted to surprise her by proposing.
What a disaster in the making.
Right. And I almost wish she had done it so we could have seen that go up in flames.
No way. I was done. Once I saw that photo album,
I was
flipping all those pages, I was like, okay,
you got it. You're
86
over.
this right here.
And that was Chloe Grace Moretz, and I love her down. I've loved her since Big Mama's House too. I love her deep. And that right there, I was like, yeah, you know what? Do you want to fight? I think we should fight.
No.
So that was funny.
I immediately just wanted to push her towards an altar and with a therapist in tow. Baby, we need this oil and a prescription pad because...
See a doctor. You need to see, she needs to see somebody. Why does she bring...
She needs a great physician and a doctor. Like, let me tell you. I was like, what in the world are we doing here? And had the nerve to have the biggest chip on her shoulder.
Mm-hmm. And it was mean to everybody. She had nothing but criticism for everybody else. Even the dad.
I'm like, ma'am, your life is toilet adjacent.
Hello? Again, you and your 17 ex-girlfriends are in the family photo album, which is crazy. Why are all of these temporary people in
that was only what we knew about.
That's what we knew about. We don't know what she's been doing. We didn't see all the last 10 ex-girlfriends that she's been bringing home.
But given she was educated and she had done so well in her career, they really, praised her and just kind of minimized or dismissed.
What was her career?
I don't know what it was, but she was killing it. Whatever she was in, she was killing the game. They alluded to, what she did, but
her being really successful. Was
yeah,
it like PR or something? I feel like they mentioned her job maybe once.
I didn't really, grab it, and I don't want to go back and watch the movie again to get the details. It's just not worth it. But she was killing the game. But that just goes to show that you can be an academic, excel in academics or academia, and you can do well in a career, but emotionally you can be a wreck. Psychologically you can be imbalanced, and I'm not making any jokes about it, but this is why we always talk about being a well-rounded individual on a road for health and wellness and wholeness, and definitely on the road for repentance. Please. You must be born again. Like, seriously. So
let's talk about our favorite scenes. Let's talk about our favorite scenes.
I bet you do want to talk about favorite scenes. Just go ahead with it.
I wish we had rewounded it. Claire goes into the store, and her and Channing, they go to the mall. She's in this competition with cardigan queen Jean, and they both got each other the same gift, but Jean's was bigger. It was a 3-wick candle, whereas Claire only got her the 1-wick because she doesn't like her. So she's like, get up, we're going to the mall. She's like, we're going to the mall on Christmas Eve? She's like, yes, Channing, get in the car. So they go to the car, and they're searching around this store. So she picks up this massive white 5-wick candle. The thing is enormous. You could probably bathe in it. Imagine how much a candle that size would have cost in Pottery Barn. She looks over, sees the line is really long, and goes, you know what? No. And walks out the store with it. And this is the most unrealistic part of the movie because a bunch of mall cops actually chase her. I'm talking, they're running through the mall with this candle, and they chase them outside into the parking lot. Every mall cop in America, Paul Blart himself as well, is out there chasing them for this candle.
She goes, oh, I'll pay for it later. I'm not standing in this line. Ma'am, when is later? Because you're going to jail. That's all I kept telling myself.
Go back to that store, and I don't think she ever did. And then she didn't even give Jean the candle.
Right.
She gave her some peppermint bark that she took out of the tin, put into a paper bag, and then walked across the street with it. So she stole the candle for nothing.
Stole the candle for nothing and then gave me a crappy gift.
And then didn't use the candle.
Mom Claire had issues as well.
Care Bear Claire was nuts. I love her.
No, she really aggravated me with that scene because I was like, why is she not in jail? Why are they not at her house? They could literally have called it in.
It's a candle.
Using her driver's license.
It's literally just a candle.
Not her driver's license, her tag. That had to be.
Is it worth all of that effort though to get her arrested?
It was theft. And like we said, doesn't it go to a certain amount and then it's like grand larceny or something?
Probably like $500 or something like that.
But you said you'd love to be...
I'd love to shoplift with my mom for Christmas. Doesn't that sound like a fun mother-daughter bonding experience?
Which is why I celebrate Hanukkah and not Christmas. There's no way you'd have me running through the mall stealing something thinking it's funny. Her daughter was terrorized.
She was traumatized.
She could barely move, sitting in the seat like, Mom, Mom. This one over here is hollering, laughing the whole time, and I'm like, where are the police?
They were chasing them, and they outrun them.
Just mall cops. Where are the police?
I'm sure they had better things to deal with than a candle being stolen from a mall.
Obviously, because it never turned up to blow back on her. Every time that doorbell rang, I was like, okay, they're the cops, and it wasn't the cops.
She's a white rich woman in America, Mom. She got away with everything.
PMO.
What was your favorite scene?
I don't have one.
Yes, you did. So later on, when Claire does meet Zazie and she like complains about her experience with the other moms and the staff and stuff, it's like 4 of them. They smoke a joint, drink a bunch of wine, and get crossfaded listening to Donna Summer.
I was like, I love Donna Summer. Rest in peace. She was born again, you know. Mm-hmm. It was sad when she left. Every lady needs a sisterhood. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you gotta have a big group, but
because Claire didn't have any friends.
Yeah,
that's how we ended up in this kind of situation. It's literally the only person that's not related to her that we see her interact with before she gets to Zazie, which is like not more than halfway through the movie, I think, was Jean. And they weren't friends. They were nice, nasty neighbors.
In competition with everything.
In competition. So she needed some friends.
Well, she was able to socially adapt with their little... They were laid out all on the couch and drinking and...
Oh, yeah. That was a fun little relatable moment. Zazie talked about how she still like buys her own Christmas presents and stuff. And I was like, you need to stop telling your family you love them so much. I think every mother could stand to be just a little meaner to their family. Okay, just a little bit. Burn the cookies, let dinner be 20 minutes late, show up downstairs looking a hot mess and go, I guess which one of y'all is cooking or we're having hot dogs for dinner. Just something like that, okay? At some point, you gotta choose you. Because if you keep choosing them, all they learn is not that you love them and you're doing out of the kindness of their heart. No, they learn, Mom does all of this for me because I deserve it.
The entitlement.
They learn entitlement.
And even in the back of their minds, they're like, we should really pull our own weight, or we should either offer help or just give her the day off, time off, or whatever it is. They still didn't go forward. Mm-hmm. Nobody pulled the trigger. Nobody executed it.
Yeah, Because they all acknowledged that after she left, and they'd already called the cops, they were like, wow, she probably left because she does so much and we don't really thank her for anything. I was like, oh, so you're all aware. You see how decorated this house is? She has $5 million worth of Christmas decorations all over this house. There are lights. There are blow-up statues in the yard, like 12 of them. There are wreaths on every single window. And it was a many-windowed house. There's mistletoe everywhere. There's garlands everywhere. I think there were 3 different Christmas trees. It's a lot. And she clearly had been doing a lot for years, at least 20-something years. And they all knew that and still didn't do the one thing that she asked them for Christmas. That's one of those situations where you get into where you lower the bar as low as possible, thinking that if it's lower, that it's easier for them to, to do the thing you want them to do.
Right.
They will limbo under that, and they absolutely did.
Limbo almost to the floor because the bar was on the ground. Like the fact that she emailed them or texted them the link to put her into this contest so that she could win the trips to this Zazzy talk show in California. I thought that was really sad. I was so like, sad. Okay, maybe their lives are so full that they couldn't think about doing it, but no. How long does it realistically take? I would take out some time to do that for you. Right. Especially if I know that you're in this big old house alone. She literally did all of the legwork. That's what made it really sad. Yeah. And just kind of... She sent them everything, but she couldn't nominate herself. She just kept emailing them the link and it's like, you just make this cute little video about why you think your mom deserves it, and that's it. That's literally it. There were 3 of them. She would have had a pretty good chance of winning. But instead, no, she had to crash the show herself, because the whole family failed her. And we're giving lashings to the husband too, because he should have been there. That's your wife. And even the kids were like, well, we're her children. She has to love us. You're a bit of a debate, She can easily get rid of you, but she can't cut us off. But I mean, he should have got behind her and told the kids, listen, this is what your mom wants, and I don't care how you do it, but I'm counting on the 3 of you to make it happen, and I don't want to hear any excuses. Figure it out. Because he tried, but what did he do? He wilted immediately. He folded like a wet piece of paper in the wind, and I couldn't do it. And Channing was the one to stand up. Yeah, I was surprised to hear Channing. The oldest daughter, and her mom herself, she's the only one with kids. She has the most valid excuse out of anybody to be dealing with difficult things. She's got the 2 kids, she's got the twins, and she's got a husband and a career. Why wasn't anybody else stepping up? And she tried, but because the dad was also a failure at that point, and then Taylor was being annoying, Sammy was not engaged, and the other 2 people in the room were children, whom Christmas is supposed to be the most magical for. There wasn't that much that she could do. I just kept saying, I wonder what it was like in that marriage and in that family when those kids were toddlers. Because when they're running around or when they're sick all at the same time, it's a lot to handle. You just feel like you need to be in more than one place at once, doing more than one thing at a time. She really was like a single mom. Because does he seem like a changing diapers kind of dad? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He just didn't seem like much of a hands-on dad. Which is probably how her family became her whole life anyway, because who has time to work when you're taking care of probably all 3 kids, because they all seem to be pretty close in age, maybe like 3 to 4 years max of a difference. But they were clearly born back to back to back. Yeah. You could tell. What's going on? It had its good parts and its sad parts. It's kind of sobering moments as well, relatable moments. It was good, yeah. If it's just check it out. If not, we've given you enough of a review to kind of piece some things together. Figure it out. And ladies, if they're trying to tell you to become a stay-at-home mom and you see this kind of thing in your future, you are not a sacrificial lamb, okay? Claire thought that she didn't have any power, and it's because you kept giving it all away. You make the dinner. She was probably the one to make sure all the bills are paid so they could pay that astronomical light bill. She's the one keeping the family together. She's the one that's keeping all the traditions. If you had to learn at some point, they do too. They complained to her when she said dinner was going to be in about 20 minutes. And I was like, oh, what she needed to be doing was talking about well, if I had some help. That's what I'm saying. First of all, how dare you complain that dinner's going to be delayed 20 minutes when she had set out appetizers? She had a lot of appetizers. She's running around during appetizers, and there's plates of all of this wine and cheese and crackers and everything in multiple rooms of the house. They were not all together, so she's walking around multiple rooms of her own house while cooking her own dinner, while cleaning up after them, and then is continuing to serve them during dinner. While they are sitting down to eat, she's getting stuff, she's getting napkins, she's getting servings, she's doing everything. They had to force her to sit down, and then after all of that, she was the one to clean up the huge mess that all 17 or however many of them there was people to clean up after them, and then was wrapping presents at the end of the night. That's crazy. Is she Superman? It was a lot. It was a lot. I was like, you are not the sacrificial lamb. You need to start telling people, yo, it's time for you to get in the kitchen. Because Claire had to learn at some point. Some of y'all had to learn too,
you make all of the rules. Make your plate and don't make anybody else's. They're all adults. They can figure out how much they want to eat.
Right, and the food is on the family size platter, so everybody should be able to serve themselves. And if something runs out, then go refill it, or just get your seconds out of the pots.
Everybody's an adult.
I want moms to pay more attention to their to-do list and put themselves on it. And if that means buying yourself a gift for your birthday or for whatever holidays you celebrate, then that's what that means. And it also means to ramp up the requests from people who can show you honor or show you kindness or love, bless you, and appreciation. And don't be afraid to receive help, bless you, when it's offered, and don't be afraid to ask for help when it's needed. It's simple as that.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Ask for help. They're your family. They literally came out of you, right? They owe you, in fact, for that. And I would go as far as to say the children, these aren't like 5-6-year-old kids. They were like 10, 12 years old, and they were twins. So they could probably serve themselves.
Yeah.
They could be included in some of the effort. And then by the end, when they did apologize to the show, the only sincere thing that I got from that was Channing and Claire having their own moment where Channing was like, I actually feel like you sometimes don't support me fully either. And Claire admitted, even in the beginning of the first interaction, that she didn't quite support her kid. And I thought that was nice humility. I was like, good job. And of course, it's the oldest daughter to be the one to actually make the amends, because nobody else apologized. Nobody else fixed anything. It was just Channing.
Mom, oldest daughter, you know,
they
and
saw each other like that
type of dynamic. Yeah.
So that was nice.
I'm glad they mended things and was able to speak and talk woman to woman and mom to mom at that point.
Mom to mom, yeah. Cause
yeah.
So Channing had the kids, but she didn't have to do any of that because she had her own mother to depend on. So
right. So there was some independence gained and learned, and apologies, acknowledgments made. So it turned around from all the chaos.
That's good. That's good. One last thing, I think the ending could have been stronger if we had been able to see more of Cardigan Queen Jean's family, because she seemed to be struggling with the same kind of issue, wanting her family to be perfect, except Claire's family wasn't perfect, and Jean's looked real perfect. To the end, we still did not really see a flaw with them. So I think it would have been nice if we had seen the two of them become friends and bury the hatchet. As one would expect from a feel-good Christmas movie like this, everybody makes up and everybody's best of friends and stuff. But nothing seemed to really change, except that Claire finally had some time to herself.
Which was much needed, and I guess it was like the start of change. Yeah. But as far as Jean's family is concerned, I do agree with you. They deserve more screen time, really. Yeah. But if they do a sequel, there'll be a lot to talk about if she ends up marrying the daughter of Sammy, the youngest, Claire's youngest, Mr. 3 months out of the year employment.
I hope he did something with his life. I don't think they touched on that towards the end either, did they? Nothing really changed at the end. They just went to somewhere else. They traveled for Christmas instead of having Claire do everything. So
that was a change, though.
That's a change, yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor was still a love addict, bringing home some random people. Her and Doug finally stopped being enemies, I guess. She started being nicer to Doug. Channing, I think, was able to get something out of her books. And that's it. Both families spent Christmas together at that little cabin in the woods. So,
yeah, I don't know.
I feel like we're not much further than where we started.
Not much, but I think change takes time and it's a slow-paced exercise. And like I said, if Jean's brilliant daughter stays with Sammy, that'll make for a sequel of chaos, confusion,
premarital counseling.
When I told you she could give up the whole perfectionist thing, especially if they get married and have children.
What if she becomes a DJ? What if she decides, I don't want to do law school and business school. It's too much pressure. I'm going to be the new DJ Sweatpants.
I would be so angry. Anyway, thanks for listening to our rant and review. We love you so much. Happy Christmas to all of you celebrating.
Merry Christmas.
Hope you enjoy your family and traveling grace to you. We'll see you right back here at Daughter Mama Charmarama in our next episode.
Bye.